FrostyFire10 here. Welcome to a review of Liza P. New DLC Overture. Spoiler free. I'll show one little thing at the end of the video, but really hard. Hey, you can tell from my voice. Really difficult. There are plenty of moments I felt like it felt a bit tedious. Well, I just ran past enemies because I'd been killed by them on like a long run back, and like there was still shortcuts, but not nearly as much. So there was instances where certain kinds of enemies are really challenging. Small, fast enemies that are faster than you, so you can't out sprint them. So you have to be like dodge and then sprint and then just hope for the best. And then there was water to fall into as well, and yeah, it's really tough. Really tough. The story itself, I think, is really good. Some in the resolution, yeah, and how it ties into the main game is really good, but it does still go around here and there. I do feel like it could have flowed more. I mean, because it's a prequel, there are limitations, and I understand that. I think, does it make the original game more fleshed out? Yeah. It does add a bit more emotion, I think, is what I would say it adds, which is a good thing. That's what you want from a DLC that's a prequel time travel type thing. It's I got emotional towards the end. I was pretty emotional, so I'm holding back my tears. But yeah, it's not like the base game where, in terms of decision making, it doesn't feel like your decisions make too big a difference. But there is a difference. But it's just that my current playthrough of Liza P on this character makes it really hard for me to see if there's any meaningful impact. But if you're playing a different style of playthrough, I think you'd be able to get some more rewards from that. I'll just hold this, and then you'll just be like, what's this? And I'll just go... And then I'll just go... And then I'll just go... But yeah. There's some interesting... Oh, so I did it at level 84. It won't matter what level you go in. In terms of... I think you still need to be strong, but like if you're plus 100s or 200s, it won't matter. It's going to be tough. They just do so much damage, it's insane. If you ask me if I play through it again, I don't think I would. There's some parts that are so tedious that it just... Like, it's really hard to run past enemies too. They design it in a way that they'll get you. They'll hit you. It just... But you still gotta just grin and bear it. The bosses are very challenging. You can see on my channel I got all the boss videos. So, I don't know. So, spoiler warning, of course. But, bloody oath, it's tough. Bloody oath, it's a tough game. Tough DLC. Like, way harder than the base game. I think the second last boss, of course, is really tough. Solo, it's tough, but if you use the summon thing, you could beat it like 2 goes. But that's like, if you know what you're doing. Again, if you know what you're doing, Liza P is a much easier game than other Souls-like games. But the DLC kind of says, well... It kind of took offense to that the base game you could beat it in like 10 hours once you knew what you're doing, or even shorter time. And so they designed the DLC around the idea that it's going to have to be tougher, and they make it tougher. Alright, bloody oath. Some of the enemy types really frustrating. Yeah, and some of the bosses, some of the ones that aren't major bosses are like so strong and just merciless. They just hit you and hit you and hit you. If you don't master your perfect parry, which I didn't, I pray for you. Just dodge. I dodged and then parried occasionally. Big telegraphed hits, of course, you can parry, but then sometimes the delay is so crazy it's hard to get the timing right. And then other times their slams, they're so big, they do a second effect and stuff. It's like you parry it and then you still get hit. It's like, oh, it's bloody insanely brutal. The environments are nice. I think they're well done. It does. Most areas feel like a labyrinth at time, and I feel like they could have cut them down a bit. Honestly, they could have cut it down a lot, but I'm at the price they charge, I'm fine with them. Just I suppose that's the question: is it worth the price? It's probably just a bit overs, but not much. It's really all about. I read all the lore, so yeah. So the emotional moments had weight, I suppose is how I'd put it. If you don't read the lore, I don't think you'll think you've got your money worth unless you enjoyed the bosses. But I didn't. I'd be lying if I said I enjoyed the bosses. I think because they're so challenging and the way the game is designed, I just don't think I had I didn't really have fun that much. It was just challenging, and then like they had difficulty options, which was a saving grace in the end for me. I had to lower the difficulty because it was so hard. It's just only on 2 occasions, but bloody brutal. I've still got it on low. I should change it back to legendary. Basically normal difficulty, and everything else below it is lower. But even on the lowest difficulties, you still need to actually have some skill, which is kind of interesting. You want to see that again? I am the storm that is approaching. Alright. There's lots of little secret things that connect connective tissue, which I think would make a lore video about Liza P much more interesting. So I will say that as an addendum. But I think that'll do there. Honestly, I don't think there's anything more to say. Very, very challenging. I'm glad I played through it. I'm glad I know more in terms of the lore side of things. But again, I wouldn't play through it again. So it's up to you. I don't think there's any rush. I really don't think you'll get spoiled in like the way that to actually spoil it would require a fair bit of explanation. So I think if you haven't played Liza P though, as a full package, it's pretty good. Hopefully there's like a deluxe edition that's got the full package that's cheaper. But it makes a very good game that's very well done performance-wise, even better. So from that point of view, fantastic. But it's kind of suffering. Like I just suffered. I suffered so bad. Like it was just... I streamed the whole thing. You can watch it. And this is in the middle of the stream I'm doing this review. So that's like a very meta. Yeah, if you want to see me suffering, you can check the streams. But that said, I think you should just jump in raw and hope for the best. Bloody kangaroos, man. They're tough. Mammoths are tough. Crocodile. I didn't have as much trouble with the crocodile. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I think second or third go. Second go, yeah, I beat that. But some of the other bosses were just hours and hours and hours. Alright, so yeah. Check it out or wait for a discount. I think waiting for a discount, you're a winner, easy. Alright, it's been FrostyFire10 with a review of Liza P Overture, DLC. And yeah, tell me what you think of it and whether you recommend it and all that sort of stuff. And yeah. Catch you next time.